Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're ranking all the Chunin EXAM characters from weakest to strongest. Though we are taking the characters in their strongest form. So for example, we're taking Naruto's fight against Neji and not against Kiba. So yeah, let's just get started. So at the bottom we have Sakura. She's really useless. She doesn't have healing power or her monster strength. She can only use clone jutsu, which is not that useful. So the same goes for Inno, but she does have some jutsu, and she would have won if it wouldn't have been for Naruto cheering Sakura up. Plus, she was the first one to wake up after they fighted. So yeah, I guess that's some feats. She is really not that strong, and she is just as useless as Sakura, and the fight also ended as a tie, but I'm ranking her above. So next up we have Suruji. His power is to make his body elastic. He used that against Kankuru, but he lost so badly, and he actually also lost very easily. He also underestimates his enemy a lot, so I can't place him higher. So next up we have Kin. Kin is really also not that powerful. She doesn't have any jutsu. The only thing she fights with is needles. And yeah, it's not even really that deadly to get a needle thrown at her. She also underestimates her enemies a lot. So I can't place her any higher at all. She still has some decent abilities and still put a decent fight against Shikamaru, but it's really not that. So next up we have Choji. Choji has one ability, and that is to make himself to a boulder and just crush everyone. And I think that he could have done that with everyone we have talked about so far. Pretty useful, just not that strong. Next up we have Saku. Saku is quite strong actually. He is almost only remembered by getting his arm broken by Sasuke in his curse mark mode, but he's a lot stronger than that and deserves more than he got. So next up we have Yoroi. Yoroi is also a little weak because he really underestimates his opponents. And yeah, many would probably have ranked him higher because he did such a good job against Sasuke, but Sasuke couldn't even use any ninjutsu at all. So yeah, I don't know. He's just not really that strong, I think. So Tenten barely gets any screen time, but she's actually quite good. She has a pretty unique technique. For example, the wind dragon technique, where she has almost infinity kunais and ninja tools. And as long as you have many, you can still be pretty useful. She lost really badly against Tamari, but Tamari is probably also a Jonin level ninja. So I still think she's a little underrated. But as the series progresses, she doesn't get that much stronger. So next up we have Hinata. Hinata is quite strong actually. She is also pretty underrated. She has the Byakugan and she uses the gentle fist technique. But she lost so badly against Neji, who also is quite strong, but still I can't rank her higher than this. So next up we have Dozu. I think Dozu is truly capable of being a Chunin. He is also the leader of his team, and he also defeated Choji. He of course was killed by Gaara, but Gaara is really powerful, so yeah. So next up we have Kiba. Kiba is actually a little underrated because he is just kind of a comical release. But his taijutsu is really exceptional, and his strategy with Akamaru also really worked, and he almost defeated Naruto. So yeah, I think he's quite strong actually. So now we have a three-way tie between Shikamaru, Kankuro, and Shino. Kankuro is a puppet fighter, and he has one puppet. Later on in the show, he actually had three puppet, but he's still really, really capable. And he also made a tie in when he fought against Shino in the Konoha break, though it wasn't the Konoha break, and we are not including that. But it was right after, so yeah, I guess. So, and the other one is Shikamaru. So many would probably put Shikamaru a little higher, but his technique is really not that powerful. He's just really clever. Though he did put out a decent fight against Tamari, so yeah. And he is just 200 IQ. And then we have Shino. Shino's also really, really clever. I think all three of them is clever, but Shino's also really, really clever. His fighting IQ is so great. He was also almost defeated Kankuro, and he uses bugs. So next up we have Tamari. The reason why I didn't make it a four-way tie, but only a three-way tie and ranked Tamari above the others is simply just because Tamari won the fight. Shikamaru quit it. And yeah, I guess it's not that relevant, but it's the only really thing I really can do. So next up we have Neji. Neji is much more capable than Hinata is. For example, he can use the 8 trigram 64 palms technique, which Hinata can't. And yeah, I think he's more than capable of being a Jonin. But I don't think he is as strong as Lee is when Lee is in his 5. Talking about Lee, we have Lee, though this is Lee in his 5th inner gate. I forgot what the gate's name is, but yeah. He actually also made a punch in Angara's ultimate defense, but he did lose. So next up we have Naruto in his 9 tails chakra mode. So Naruto is really, really powerful, and the Konoha break he's even more powerful, where he summoned the most powerful summoning. And he would probably also be number 1 if we also took the Konoha break, but we doesn't. But as he is right now, he still defeated Neji and is more than capable. So next up we have the becoming Kagegara, the one-tailed Jinchuriki that everyone feared. He had his ultimate defense of sand that Lee only can touch him when he took his weights off. He almost killed Lee despite Lee being the 5th inner gate mode. That is so impressive. So at the first place we have Sasuke. If we took the Konoha break too, he would fall behind Gaara and Naruto, but as it is the Chunin exams right now, he doesn't. After the training with Kakashi, he learns the Chidori. He also is nearly as good in taijutsu as Lee is. He also hurted Gaara, and he would probably also have defeated Gaara if it weren't because of all the weird things that happened after that. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed and like the video.